Hey everybody, welcome to Home Groups, where we apply the message we heard this weekend at FV Church. This was week 2 of our Disciple Makers series, and we looked at how Jesus called out some of his early disciples, and he saw where they were, and then he called them to a new place. And that's what we're talking about in this series, is the process of discipleship.
Yeah, he allowed his disciples to kind of see him in action first. And as we know, Jesus, he always speaks with authority and wisdom. And he's speaking to these crowds as his future disciples were sitting there in the boat with him. And then he met a need for them, took them out into the water, let them put down their nets where they had previously caught nothing. Now they're catching something. And then he calls them. So he sort of built this relationship with them, helped them figure out who he was, and then ask them to move forward.
Yeah, building relationship is important. We often talk about relational evangelism, that you don't just go out, stand on a soapbox, and shout at people. You instead, it's a tough one. Instead, make a relationship with someone, you sow into their life, become friends, acquaintances, then say, have you heard of Jesus? Well, let's talk about now relational discipleship. I don't want someone I don't know looking at my life and showing me where I should be improving. I don't know you. Why are you looking at me like this? But if someone has earned the right to speak into my life, it means so much more. So have a meal with someone. Fill their boat with fish, so to speak, and then help them find out where they can grow. And we identified 3 areas that you need to be growing in your relationship. It starts with finding Jesus. Then we move forward from where we were, and then we start doing something for him. So in your life, have you found Jesus? Are you moving forward? And are you doing something?
And a lot of us jump around on our typical ideal pathway that I showed you this weekend. And some of you may have jumped into a home group without taking START class, or moved into a servant position at church without taking START class, or done this out of order, and that's okay. A lot of us do bounce around on the pathway, but it's important to sort of go back and fill in some of those gaps to really get a good foundation built and understanding, so that you can be a great reproducer and disciple maker in the future. If you have missed some of those steps along the way, you might cause other people to miss some of those steps along the way as you're making disciples.
And I want to be really clear, you're never done with any of these 3 steps. Like, I've known Jesus my whole life, and I am still finding out new things about him. And that's discipleship. So not only do I need to continually find Jesus, continually move forward, and continually do something, I need to be encouraging others to continually be finding him, moving forward, and doing something. So today, we might want to identify some of the places we've gotten hung up on that pathway. Maybe some areas we haven't focused on in a while that need our attention, so that we can have that relational discipleship. We can identify our own weaknesses and call people into new places in their faith.
Should be a great discussion, guys.
We'll see you next week.